Hello friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel DS Tech Mirror. This is part 5 of our Copilot Studio tutorial series. In today's video, I will cover what are entities in Copilot Studio. So before I give any detail about entities, let me directly take you to the Copilot Studio and I will show you where it is coming into picture. So this is our Copilot Studio and here I'm inside agents. If you will directly go to the settings from the right pane, and here in the left, here you will see entities. So here you will find all the existing entities. What are these? What why we create entities? That all I will cover. But here if you see, these are the predefined entities: age, boolean, city, color. So these many are the entities. So anytime you are creating any agent, all these entities will by default gets created. And then at the top there is an option to create an entity, new entity. So that is one thing. Another is in my last video only we were discussing topic. So let's go to our topic. So this is my agent which I've been using and I go to the top. I created this topic, create new incident. I will click on it and inside this topic, let's say I put a question for the user because we have covered these two. If I want to send a message and question, so I want to ask a question, let's say, and here you will see. Now, by default, it is giving you multiple choice questions. But what if I want to ask the user about the incident number? What if I want to ask user about their age, about their name, about their location? So for all these types of questions, this identify MCQ multiple choice question will not work. So if you will click on it, here you are getting the list of the entities. So for age, I can select age and so on. And from here also, I can go ahead and create an entity. So this is the overview where you can find the identity in the Copilot Studio in from the top settings and from the topics. Now let's go back to the slide and see the very basic question, what are entities? So if you are a pro developer by now you must be having an idea what entities will do, but those who are new to the coding world or who are pretty new entrant, for those I'll explain. Entities define the type of information your bot can recognize in user input like dates, name, email, addresses, etc. Now, let me give you an example. You are collecting information, user details from the bot. Or your bot is your or your agent is collecting information. Your agent is asking what is your name, and I'm saying my name is NPDSVC or my name is Mr. David. So the moment bot your bot using these entities, your bot will do bot will extract that particular key information from the sentence. Your bot will not take this full sentence as your name, my name is Mr. David. No, your bot is intelligent enough to extract that particular information. Okay, David is the name from this particular sentence. Or she will say, my name is David and my age is 26. So your bot will able to extract 26 as your age by using the age entity. So entity defines the type of information bot can recognize. Because this is the interaction between a machine, between an agent and its user. We are not sure how user will respond. If I'm saying, what is your name? Your like user can say one word, David, or user may give me four lines. But agent should be able to extract the information, and that is with the help of the entities. And by default, as I said, a Copilot Studio is giving us the predefined entities for basic ones. It's all giving us. Okay, next. Think of entities as data categories. This is what I said. They help bot to understand what kind of information user is giving. That is categorizing information. For example, if I'm asking what is your name and age in one question, then I'll say my name is David and my age is 46. So bot will extract these two information by using these entities. Next. Now there are two type of entities. System entities, which are built in by Microsoft, which I just showed you, and custom entities, which we can create based on our needs. Now let's assume a scenario. We are asking user is saying what is the update on my incident, then agent will ask what is your incident number. Now when user will share that particular incident number, agent has to save it in some particular format. For that, age is not correct because age is just a number. Okay. For that, name is not correct because name is just alphabet. Because incident could be a combination of number and incident, or it could be any other format depending on the organization. Every organization do have a certain formats, and it could be okay. So this is one scenario where we may have to create custom entity. Other than that, when you will start developing these agents using Copilot Studio, you will realize the use of entities. But I think by now you must be having a very good idea about it. Now, all these examples I have given you, this is another example in my deck. If the user says, I want to book a meeting on Friday at 3 p.m. Now, bot will able to understand Friday is the date and 3 p.m. is the time. So it will automatically, using this particular key information, it will book the meeting. So this is about entities. And one last point, in custom topics, entities help to extract and save important information. This is the same thing. So using entity, it will extract the information and save it to the variable. So this is about entities. Now let's go again back to Copilot Studio here. Okay. Now let's try to create an entity first. I'll go back, I'll say leave, don't save any of my changes. I'll go back to the settings. Okay. And here I will go to the entities and I will create an entity, new entity. When I say create an entity, so there are two ways, closed list and regular expressions. So please try and understand from this particular example only what is closed list. Let's say I'll choose this one. I'll say closed list and I will use the same example which is being presented there by Microsoft. I'll say size. Okay. Hmm. I'll say this will define the various sizes in the estimations. So while giving estimates, we do often use this sizing technique. So over here, I'll say enter is small for S for small, medium, large, and Excel. Now this is the closed list. So I'll click on save. And we also do have the synonyms for what are the multiple synonyms for S? It could be user may type small, okay, and there could be other synonym as well. And I gave you a tip in my last video for all these type of things: synonym, description, name. Use Chat GPT. Reduce your time. Use Chat GPT. It will give you more than you think, and that will help your bot to perform better. Right now, I'll just give one synonym, and similarly, we can give here also medium, large, and so on. So medium, then large, and extra large. So now, if I'm asking the user what is the size, okay, or what is the size of your module, based on this, sizing, we can define its timing. For example, for small weeks, say we are giving 2 weeks. For medium module, we are giving 3 weeks, and so on. This is a vague example. Okay. So if I'm asking the user or my agent, I should say my agent is asking the user, what is the size of your module? User may type S or small. So it will understand. But now this is a closed list. User will only understand if user will give this information, small, medium, large Excel. It will say double Excel. No, it will not take. We will see how. So I'm creating one entity, this one. And again, I will go back and I'll say new entity, this time regular expressions, and I'll say incident number. This is the incident number of incidents request. Now here regular expression. Now before ChatGPT, writing regular expression was a tedious task. Now like it's very easy. You just define and it will give you the regular expression. Now in our case, for example, I'm thinking my incident number will start from INC, okay, or request number will start from REQ, and it will have a 6-digit number between 0 to 9, just like this one. Okay, so I can type like this: INC Okay, and here I will give 0 to 9, same number could be from 0 to 9, and it would be of 6 digit. Now no need to worry about the regular expression itself. Simply use ChatGPT. You could say this is my incident number, or this could be the format of my incident number. If it is dynamic, just describe it and it will give you the regular expression. You can come and put it over here. Okay, and click on save. Let's not put any more time on this regular expression. Even if you will put all this regular expression in your chat gpt, it will explain you in the easiest language. You will get it straight away. So now I have two entities. Okay, now let's see what I will do. I have incident number also. Okay, so first let's start with the incident one. I'll go to my agent and I will go to my topics. Status of request I will pick from here, and here we were selecting the categories, we were saving categories. After that, we will ask the user what is the incident number of your request. Okay. Now, user, I want to save over here in a format incident number, and variable I will cover in my next video. So for now, I will leave it as it is. And I want the format to be string. Correct? Automatically it picked up, and I will click on and save. Before save, I will say send a message. So let's see. This is your incident number, and how I will pick it, that also I will see. For now, I will add to save. Okay. Now everything is fine. We have saved and status of my incident. These are the phrases. I will say test. I will refresh, reload my bot, and I will say what is the status of my request. Okay. Now what it will do, it will asking us to select the which vertical. I'll say SharePoint. What is the incident number of your request? Now let me give INC 394756. Okay. INC and 12345 digit number. And it is saying this is your incident number. Now fine. It identified because I directly gave this particular thing. Now let me restart the conversation again. And I'll say hi. Same thing, greeting one. Then I'll say what is the status of my incident. Let me try to zoom it a bit for you guys. Okay. Then I'll say power apps. It will ask me the incident number. Okay. New message. I'll say my incident number is this. Okay. It is there for you to use it. And now you see this is unique. So from this particular message, based on that entity, it automatically identified this is my incident. Although over here I've used two line of sentence, but so this is the use of the incident. Now let's try again one more thing. I'll say what is the status of my request. Fine. And here power apps. What is the incident number? I'll say IN, or I'll say 123456. Enter. Now it identified, see, because I have not used the correct format using entity, it identified that this is not the right format. That's why it is asking me again, what is the incident number of your request? So this is the use of identities, guys. That's what I was saying. Okay, fine. One last thing, just wanted to show you for the closed list as well. Over here, what I will do, I will edit the same one. Okay, I'll say what is the incident number of your request. Instead of that, don't get confused because I'm randomly putting it. What is the uh, t-shirt size? Okay, and here instead of incident number, this time I will pick size. Okay, and I will use it in the same way too, and in the same, everything is same. Instead of that incident number, I this time I have used the t-shirt sizing and size. Now I will do the same thing. I'll say status of my request. See, status of my request, and see what is the t-shirt size. Now I'll say small. See, it will give me this is your incident number S, because this is what it got from, because we have saved S over there from the closed list. Okay. Now if I say status, if I just type status, okay, again, and here if I'll say X double XL, it will not identify. It will again ask the same thing for me. What is the t-shirt size? So it will take anything from that particular list. Eh, like I can add all the possible values. So imagine a scenario where you have a possible value set of possible values, go with the list, otherwise go with a regular expression. And it is helping the agent to extract the key information. So this is the use of the entities. I hope you are able to understand. Let me go back to my deck. So I think I have covered pretty much everything for the entities. Next is the variable. So in my next video, I will be covering the variable, because before the variable, I wanted to cover entities. Now entities are clear. Now I'll start with the variable. So guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you like this video, please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel to get notification for our upcoming videos. Till then, much love, keep learning. Thank you.